Today, the relationship between the Englishmen and the Irish is by many described as a love and hate relationship. Many Englishmen are often seen travelling the Irish countryside, experiencing the little villages, the Irish beer and drinking culture. Irishmen, on the other hand, have a long history of working in England before retiring back to the Irish countryside. Still, there's also a stigma on the history of the two peoples, which goes far back in history. Even though it's a long story, we don't have to go far more than 100 years back to understand most of the tension between the peoples. Traditionally, there's been two groups, Catholics and Protestants, which more or less has been fighting each other throughout Ireland's history. Traditionally, the Catholics were separatists and supporters of a free Ireland, while the Protestants traditionally were Unionists. In the beginning of the 20th century, Ireland gained independence thanks to the Irish Republican Army, also called the IRA, who had been fighting the British Army using guerrilla tactics. Still, a small part of Ireland, up north, was under British control. The area had a majority of Protestant Unionists who were working and in some cases fighting to remain British. After freeing the South, this area became the new battlefield. The Unionists were known to treat the Catholics badly, separating them from the Protestants and giving them less rights. At the same time, minor groups from the IRA wanted to free Northern Ireland as well. This led to major signs of unrest in the area, eventually committing the British Army to help stabilize the conflict. Believe it or not, but most Catholics felt that the deployment of British forces was a good thing, making discrimination by the Protestant majority harder. This conflict reached its peak on the 30th of January 1972, when 14 Catholics were murdered by a section of the British Army during a peaceful demonstration. This was later known as Bloody Sunday. Today, Northern Ireland remains a part of England. The IRA and the British Army have declared ceasefire. Still, most Irish police officers carry guns daily, and the history between the two peoples have been given a stigma which won't be forgotten easily. Luckily, they've come a far way since then, and an Englishman and an Irishman can still enjoy a fine pint of beer together.